Okay, it's hive inspection day. Cinco de Mayo. It's been a little over a week since I got my bees. And boy, I can see right now they've been busy in there. So we'll be looking for a couple of things here. Let's see their building progress on the frames that I added. Those blank frames I showed you last week when I was putting this hive together. How much comb that they have built on those frames. An indication of how soon I have to give them more space for the colony to grow and build and do what the honeybee do. So I can see right now some of these combs are going to end up connecting if I'm not careful. I've already got bridge comb between frames that didn't exist here last week, so they have been super active. Okay. Very carefully. Get this first frame out. First frame is always the worst because there's not a lot of room. Make sure not squish or roll any of the bees. Look at that. You remember when I put this frame in last week, there was no honeycomb on it whatsoever. And now, there's a fair amount. They're off to a good start. I was kind of hoping for a little more than that, but this is one of 3 frames I added. Maybe the other 2 will have a little more going on, but they are building comb. That is a good sign. It's also good news, they still have plenty of room to go until I have to do anything, which is nice because I'm a little shy on equipment right now. Stuff I ordered is out there somewhere, taking its time getting to me. Okay, they have definitely propolized this frame in. This is one of the frames that came with the bees. I purchased them. Progress. You have stores. They've been super busy bringing in pollen this last week. Shouldn't really be much in the way of nectar, which is why I still have a feeder on top. That was that box I lifted off here at the beginning. And I see a lot of honey on this frame. Wow, tons of capped honey. That's good news. Could very well be from the syrup I'm feeding them, so it's not the kind of honey we want to be putting on our dinner tables, but it's good for them. It's better than no honey, I should say. I see something in here we call a queen cup. That is something I want to eliminate. So it might not mean anything, but it could mean the possibility of a plan to swarm. It seems unlikely at this point, but not impossible. So, this frame's looking really good, with the exception of that queen cup. And I'm not going to see what I'm doing, but I'm literally just going to reach in with my hive tool and damage it. I'm going to break it open and remove it. So there's nothing in it, there's no egg, there's no larvae. So, I don't think it's a problem. Some of these girls who've been out scouting and bringing in stuff are just now returning, foragers. They haven't smelled the smoke yet, so I'll make sure they're aware that they need to be cooling their jets, not getting all involved in me. Okay, frame number 3. Let's see what we got. Again, frame number 3 is one of the ones that I think, yeah, it's one of the ones that came with the colony. I don't think it's one of the ones I added. It looks just like the ones I added. Oh my goodness. No, this might be. I'll be damned. Nope, this is one of the frames I built. So look at that. This is one of the frames. I put this in, what was that? This is Tuesday, so 9 days ago, I guess. We're looking at 9 days. They have built this entire frame almost completely with honeycomb. It was just an empty frame. I'll insert a picture of that just to remind you when I edit this video. But holy cow, that is amazing. And it's also got a lot of nectar stored into it. So they are in the process of turning that nectar into honey. The other thing I want to look at here is the formation of this comb. It's nice and straight. Make sure if it's straying off to the left or to the right, I need to correct that before it strays right into a neighboring frame. And then doing these inspections becomes really difficult without damaging comb and possibly injuring bees. But wow. So this is good news. We are right on track. Right on track. And that's super exciting. I didn't know if I was going to find that or not. Now I got some problems right here. All this bridge comb. It seems that when I put it together, I did not space these two frames the way I should have. And now I'm going to pay the price. I have to break these two frames apart from each other. They've built bridge comb between them, so we've got honeycomb connecting two frames to each other. And that is, the bees don't seem to mind that, but if you're doing what I'm doing right now, it's kind of bad news. So we are. I think I got her broke loose. Yep. We'll lift this on out. Out of my way, girls. They're starting to land on me here. Might be a little more smoke here shortly. Okay, tons of capped honey, both new and loads of capped brood. Capped brood means that, oh gosh, another week there will be thousands and thousands of brand new bees hatching into this hive. The queen has been very, very busy. I was going to mark her today during this inspection, but while I was setting up, I kind of forgot that that was part of my plan. I did not bring my marking setup out here, so I'll be doing that another time. Yeah, they are really busy. This is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I am going to clean that bridge comb off. You'd think this would upset them a bit. It really doesn't. But if somebody came in your house and said, I don't like that wall there, I'm just going to knock it down, even though you spent all this last week building that wall, it would probably make you angry. But these girls don't really, you see, they won't really even react. Take chunks of comb out of there, and I should have a box out here to put these on, and I didn't bring one. I'm picking these up afterwards, and my little cleanup. But remove all this burr comb, bridge comb. I don't want them gluing their frames to other frames. And those are little pieces of honeycomb cells, just like what you're seeing, except they're going across from one frame to another. No difference. They're just not where I want them to be. You know, I tell these girls 1,000 times, don't build a wall there. Don't build a bridge there. But it turns out honeybees don't speak the same language as me. They don't get the memo. So work our way down here frame by frame. And eventually I'll get to the other side. It'll be that other frame that I put. There's one more frame that I added that was empty. We'll see what kind of progress they've made on it. Get out of my way, lady. And go right where I want to scrape. I don't want to injure you. It's very gentle here. Watch guys have been doing this for years, and they just whack these things out so fast, and they seem to not really hurt anybody doing it. But I'm new enough at this. I'm still coming in with the velvet glove. I don't want to hurt any of my bees. Doesn't matter that we're upwards of probably 12, 13,000 of them in here now. I feel like every one of them matters. You have enough stuff out in the world that'll damage them, like that murder hornet you've been seeing in all the social media lately. Hope we don't get those around here. But I guess it could happen. The spacing around these frames is something that Dr. Langstroth, the guy who designed this type of hive, he studied bees and did all kinds of experiments with building different kinds of boxes and frames. He discovered something that he described as bee space, which is now a standard thing that beekeepers know about. Bee space is the distance that you want for bees to use as a passageway, thoroughfare between frames around the box, just to get from point A to point B. Bee space is roughly 3/8 of an inch. Much larger than that, they'll build burr comb across, bridge comb like I've been scraping off, and much smaller than that, they will propolize it, just plug it up, like if you're plugging a vent that they don't want to be there. By maintaining that 3/8 of an inch, they keep it open as a passageway. So try to design these boxes and frames so that there's always these passageways where you want them, and then the bees kind of do what you want them to do. I'm not even looking for the queen here. I probably have already pulled a frame with her on it. She could be on this one for all I know. I wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't really looking for her. I'm looking more at the stores and the new comb buildup. But it is very possible. She's right under my nose here. I'm just not hunting for her at the moment, and I haven't been, so I might miss her this time. And that's okay. There's definitely tons of evidence that she is here, and she is very busy. They're in building mode, which means she is laying about 2,000 eggs a day. If you can imagine, it's her only job. She doesn't even feed herself. The nurse bees feed her. She's not capable of feeding herself. She literally is just capable of going around and laying eggs and laying eggs and laying eggs. She can't even fly. She's too heavy. Should they decide to swarm, they'll put her on a diet since she can't feed herself. The bees will put her on a diet, she'll stop laying eggs, she'll shrink until she's capable of flight, and then they will take off looking for a new home. That's how that process works, or at least that's how part of that process works. But I guess I don't think I'm going to do any scraping on this one. Well, maybe a little bit. I haven't decided yet. If I don't, I'm going to bridge that gap again. I kind of hate to do it because the bridge comb that I'm looking at here is so incorporated into the regular comb. Oops. Kind of hate to do it. Well, maybe just a little bit. Do a little bit of demolition. A little bit of demolition right in here. And they will fix that right up. The girls are standing on that piece of comb I removed. Like, hey, what's going on here? Why is the floor moving? The other thing I can do is I can just squish some of these down. They will say, hey, that wax ain't supposed to be squished like that, and they will reshape it the way they see fit. They'll either chew that wax off. They created that wax with glands on their bodies. They'll chew that wax off and repurpose it. With little sculptors. That's pretty much how this whole thing is done. Okay. Time for some smoke. know if it's showing on camera, but oops, let's move out of the way. That ball of comb, they're trying to move it out of the way. They just picked up, and a group of them picked up that piece of wax and threw it down off the top of that frame. They're gonna cast it out, probably, which is pretty fascinating. So I triggered a little bit of housekeeping. Okay, this one's looking good. See some bridge comb on here, but I think that bridge comb existed when I moved them in last week. So I didn't do any. Hello. Yep, they are getting a little riled up here. We have to hurry this up. I've been in here longer than they want. Well, they never really want anybody in. Tons of honey. This thing is almost jammed full. And tons of brood and capped honey on this side. Again, not much to do here except put it back in gently. 2 frames to go. So one of the things this inspection I'm trying to reveal here is if they are what's called honey bound, which they are not. Although at the rate they're going, they will be. Honey bound means there's so much honey in the hive, there's no longer cells for the queen to lay eggs in. If she can't lay eggs, which is her only job, then she doesn't have a purpose. And nature tells her, well, we just need to move to a bigger place, time to get a bigger house. So she will leave with half of the colony. That's what a swarm is. And I don't want to lose half my colony because I wasn't paying attention to what they were doing. So one of the objectives to doing these hive inspections is to stay on top of that. Again, lots of honey, capped brood, and still some space to go. Good news is that frame that's hanging on the outside of there, that #1 frame, lots of room on it yet. They are not even building it. The whole thing will be full of honeycomb, and then, hello, time for some smoke. That girl shot right onto my veil. Tried to sting me on the nose through the mask. Good news is that that's really hard to do. Come on, let's get some cooperation out of you ladies. And I'm going to do a quick little clean scrape right across the top of that one. Out of the way. Snowplow coming through. Alright, a little bit more wax. Last frame. And I can see right now it's got some nice comb going on it. Don't weigh a lot yet. The other thing about these natural frames I'm putting in without, look at that again was a completely empty frame with nothing but just the wood around the edges. And now it's, well, I'd call that probably 50% or at least 40% full of comb. And this is honey stores they're working on here. Gorgeous, absolutely what we want. That is the progress we want. So, what I've learned here is that they got enough room to get them through at least another week. Maybe longer, before I have to be worried about them becoming honey bound. Okay, we're going to tighten things up and reassemble here. A little more smoke in here. Come on, ladies, calm down. A little bit is right down in there. Tighten these frames up. If I space them correctly, we won't have all that bridge comb I was having to break through and remove. pinched. Nice and slow. There's a couple of those girls right where I don't want them. But they will move as soon as they get their little butts just a little bit pinched. Pretty quick to get out of the way. Out of there, out of there. There you go. Watch your little head. There we go. Okay. So they got this entire frame yet to fill. But the fact that they have filled pretty much 50% of all the frame space that I gave them, very telling. They are super active. They did that in just over a week. It's absolutely amazing how fast they can build. Okay, so pry the whole thing over. Some extra space on the outer edges. Some girls right in the way there. Out of the way, ladies. Look out. Trying to pry here. Okay. That's what I want. It's better than it was the last time. Lift my frame hanger out. Alright, thanks for watching, and see you next time.